Hello, snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host, Avran LeFeber, and this is Boot Fitting 101. In this video, we're going to talk about the first part of beating bunions and rooster spurs on your feet so that you get a better fit. In part 2, we're going to get into a little more aggressive method of that. So tune into that video. Okay, so bunions, sixth toe, rooster spurs. There's a bunch of different names for various bone protrusions, but the gist of it is that it looks something like this. That's a bunion right there by the big toe. This is a rooster spur off the heel, and this is sixth toe off the pinky toe. Basically, they're just protruding out and they're a bitch to fit around. I know what you're saying. You're like, son of a bitch, I have some of these. Well, good for you. We're gonna fix it. For this video, you're going to need a sheet of 3M foam, a razor knife, a heat gun, duct tape, maybe a quarter or a nickel to trace around so you can really get it to be about the size of your bunion when you do make your mold, or you can just make a giant ass circle and then, no God! Or you can make a giant ass circle like I did here, and cut 2 little holes out of it that you're going to use to adhere to your sock. If you haven't seen our video on heat molding, I strongly recommend you go watch that now, because that's going to be something you're going to do in this. You're going to have to remold your liners if you've already had them heat molded. And if you haven't had them heat molded, you need to watch that video to learn how to heat mold them. Or you just need to take them to a damn shop and get them heat molded there. But make sure that you do some of the other processes in this video. The 2 most common bone protrusions are the bunion at the toe and the rooster spur at the heel. The sixth toe off the side of the pinky toe is a little less common, and I find that this fix doesn't really do much for it. I mean, I'll have more in part 2 of this series that's a little more aggressive, but for the most part, this one, it's a 50-50 on if it's going to work over a bunion or a heel spur. Those 2 are just very easily combated with this fix. After you've cut out your circles, what you want to do is put a very, very, very thin sock on. And from there, then what you're going to do is stick your adhesive circle over the bunion or over the heel spur. Basically, you want to line it up perfectly on there. When you're putting those foam small circles on, you want to make sure you press them in hard. And then when you slip the thicker sock over it, make sure they don't slip out of place. You want to make sure that they are right where you need them, right over that bunion or over that heel spur. After that, you gotta heat mold your boot again. So if you haven't seen the video on heat molding, you need to watch that now before we proceed. And if you have seen that video on heat molding and you know how to heat mold, there you go. You gotta do it. And if you're scared of heat molding, just take them to a fucking shop. Serious, just take them to a shop. While the liner and the boot are all warmed up, you want to slide your foot in, do that liner up, do the shell of the boot up, tighten it down, and then you want to elevate the toes up so you sink back into the heel pocket. You're basically remolding the boot again at this point. After it cools down, you're going to pull your foot out, take the thick sock off, rip off those little foam pads, and then stick your foot back in the boot and tighten it up. At this point, you should notice whether or not it's pushed more of that foam out right where the bunion or that heel spur are. If they have, you're golden. If you're still getting hot spots and pressure points, well then, you need to tune into part 2 of this video. For those of you with that sixth toe bone protrusion right off the pinky toe, you can put a little piece of foam there, you can heat mold it, you can do all that to try to get it to push out, but I'm going to be honest, I never have luck with it. You're going to want to tune into the second part of this video and see about that option. It's a little more aggressive and you're probably going to be scared to do it, but it should solve that problem. So hopefully you guys learned a little something from this video about bunions, sixth toe, and rooster spurs and how to combat them. If you're going to try this, leave me a comment down below. I'd love to know if you're working on it. If you're not going to try it because you're waiting for part 2, leave me a comment down below as well. And for you trolls out there that I know are going to leave a comment, go fuck yourselves. I don't really care. You're stupid and I know more than you. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click that bell, get all the notifications for when we drop a video. That way you're never going to miss anything. And believe me, Boot Fit Month isn't quite over yet, so there's a few more videos. If you'd really like to support us, check out Angrysnowboarder.vip. It's a great way to help fund the content that you know and love. Our community over there wanted boot fitting videos, and we gave it to you for the whole month of July. And I know a lot of them and a lot of you have benefited from this. So if you want to have a say in the content we're creating, check it out. Plus there's perks like free stickers, behind the scenes Q&As, and other things. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.